What it is, y'all, it is your old boy Pilk, and I'm coming back today with more Grand War. Grand War Boss 1-4 is here, and we're going to take this unit out. This is going to be a pretty fun little fight. Now, we're using the standard water team, and I want to say once again, guys, Bella's up for grabs right now, Aisha's coming up for grabs tomorrow, Harahime's up for grabs right now, and Mikoto's coming up here really soon. We'll showcase Wealth and Aphrodite. This entire team is an entire 4th anniversary team. So, with the exception of my 2 assists here. I've got Hephaestus is a very old unit, Hestia is a very old unit, and the 3rd anniversary Finn there on the assist side. Those are my 3 exceptions to the rule. Other than that, literally everybody else is up for grabs here. And honestly, I think I've got a 20% assist I'm not using, but whatever. It's not going to matter. This team is going to dominate. And I'll show you right now what I'm talking about. Now, the big reason that I have Aphrodite in this team, Aphrodite's great. I use her for Wargame. She is absolutely phenomenal. But her best asset here is going to be her AoE attack debuff. So, in other words, our opponent is going to take 25% more AoE damage just for basically her doing her skill. I'm sorry, 35% more. 35% more. I thought it was 25% more. 35% more. So it's very significant. And everybody's going to do skill 1 just basically to get their buff stacks out. Next turn, everybody's going to do skill 2 to get their debuffs out. And then we're going to basically move on to our single targets. Now, you'll notice Aphrodite left. I've got the swap anklet on her. She got her AoE debuff out. And then we're going to get Wealth coming in to do his single target debuff. So everybody else is going to do skill 2. And we're going to once again move on. Wealth's going to do a single target debuff, and then at the end of the turn, he's going to leave, and in comes Harahime. Now, we are going to have to pay a little bit of attention here because we need to make sure that we do not run out of any of our debuffs here. So strength and magic down 45%. Everybody else has got good stuff there, so I don't want to lose that. But the nice part is, when Mikoto does her skill 3, she's going to buff buff those debuffs. So everybody else can do their skill 3, not worry about it. Harahime can do Dawn Wind, give yourself 33% of Engage charge, and we'll move on. The whole goal here is to once again build up to the quad SA. Now I'm going to have to pay a little bit of attention here because he has buff strength, and if Harahime doesn't do her... If she doesn't do her heal here shortly, we'll be in a world of hurt. So I'm going to go ahead and do... Yeah, so we're good there. Everybody else is on skill 3. Now, our opponent will remove our strength and magic buffs, so we will need to watch out for that. But for now, I think we're good. I'm going to buff our heal critical counter rate more than anything else. We need that counter rate buff. And everybody's going to kind of continue to do their skill 3. Now, the interesting thing here is he's going to do an SA at the end of this turn. It's not really one that I'm terribly worried about. I don't think it's going to do enough damage to really count. There we go. I'd say Belt wasn't taking any damage, which is bad because that means he's not countering. But if I had taken any more off, that single target would have hit really hard. Okay. Not the end of the world. Let's move on. Now, I'm going to do Blowing Wind on this turn because, if you'll notice here, our strength buffs are gone. So we've got SA gauge, charge, critical rate, penetration rate, counter rate, all unit, and water, but no strength buff. Strength and magic did get wiped out, so we've basically got to go rebuff strength and magic buffs. It's not the end of the world. It is what it is. So, yeah, we're just going to do that. Harahime is doing Blowing Wind, so that basically... the debuffs get buffed one more time, or say buffed, replicated one more time, so that we do not run out of those anytime in the near future. Now, once we've rebuffed our strength and magic buffs, we're going to go back and we're going to do skill 3 with everybody, and Harahime is going to need to do Dawn Wind. Now, if we go over here, ooh, he removed his debuffs. I just noticed that. I didn't see that before. So debuffs are gone. So we're going to need to put those back on, and the downside is we don't have some of the debuffs we did before. So let's see here. That's just extra action. So yeah, we're going to do that. And magic and water resistance. Yeah, let's go. Now the downside is we now do not have our single target attack buff, but you know, it is what it is. Oof. Oof. We're also lacking that 45% damage debuff. But on with the show nonetheless. Now, this is that situation where the defensive buff actually probably wouldn't be a bad thing to have here because he wouldn't wipe that out. So if I had somebody on the front line that did physical resistance buffing, that probably would help out quite a bit. Also, removing his strength buff wouldn't be a bad thing, but with my team as beefy as they are, I'm not terribly worried about it. I'm going to go ahead and do Blowing Wind and just kind of continue on. We're going to go back to doing our skill 3s. Now, he's got, what, 8 million? I might be able to do a triple and kill him, but I'm going to play it cool, and I'm going to go up to turn 9 and do the quad, just to be on the safe side. Okay. So we're taking a bit of damage here, but since we have the debuffs in play, it's not the end of the world. All right, turn 8. We're going to once again do all of those skill 3 attacks. And I'm really not terribly concerned if he SAs or, you know, removes buffs here again, because everything's going to be reapplied after the SAs anyway. Yep, I thought he did. I thought it was every 4 turns he SAs. So do bear that in mind if you're having problems with the SAs or anything like that. Once again, run somebody on the front line that does physical resistance. But for me, my teams, everybody's max ascended, everybody's max level, ain't no big deal. So let's go ahead and kill him. Let's wipe out this foe. 120% strength and magic. 100% water attack damage. We got a 1.2 mil. Aisha, oh, let's see, 2.7 mil. Oh, we didn't even need Mikoto. Oh, no. So I probably should have done the triple. We'd have gotten a faster kill out of it. And I'll be honest with you. Notice that. I'll go back and show you my team one more time. This is why I say the water team is nuts, guys. If you don't have this team right now, get them on the rerun. They're bonkers. They're the best team in the game right now, without question. And they probably will continue to be for quite a bit of time. You could use them in Wargame. You could use them in Record Buster. I've gotten a top 500 score with them, with this team, each and every single time, without question. So even with Otaro, even with as unpredictable as he can be, it's next to impossible not to. So at least for the moment. So guys, this team is bonkers. If I have not sold you yet, I'm sure there's a few more we can use this team on. And I want to also preface that with my quad essay, notice we laughed at the whole thing. If your units are all +3, if this whole team was +3, that quad essay would have still wiped out this opponent. So there you go, guys. Like, comment, share. If you're not the team, go to the team. I can't sell them hard enough.